Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Be fruitful and multiply.
The fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. 28. And God blessed them. And God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food. 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to till it and keep it. 16. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, You may freely eat of every tree of the garden. 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it, you shall die. Then the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a... So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and while he slept, took one of his ribs and closed up its place with flesh. 22. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman, and brought her to the man. 23. Then the man said, This at last is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, K, because she was taken out of man. D. 24. Therefore, a man leaves his father and his mother, and cleaves to his wife, and they become one flesh. 25. And the man and his wife were both naked, and were not ashamed. Now, the serpent was more subtle than any other wild creature that the Lord God had made.
We can eat from any tree, but not this one. God himself told us not to touch it, or we will surely die.
O Eve, you will not certainly die. God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened.
Eat this, Adam. Our eyes will be opened, and we will be like God, knowing good and evil.
And they heard the sound of the Lord God, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. 9. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, Where are you? 10. And he said, I heard the sound of thee in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. He said, Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?
You gave it to me.
12.
It was your fault.
The man said,
He tricked me.
The woman whom
The
thou
serpent made me
gavest
do it.
to be with me, she gave me
You gave it
fruit
to me.
of the
It was
tree,
your fault.
and I ate.
He tricked me.
13.
The serpent made
Then
me
the
do it.
Lord God said to the woman, What is this that you have done? The woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I ate. Because you have done this, cursed are you above all cattle, and above all wild animals. Upon your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel, because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree, of which I commanded you. You shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. 18 thorns and thistles it shall bring forth to you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. Then the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. 23. Therefore, the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from which he was taken. 24. He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed the cherubim, and a flaming sword, which turned every way, to guard the way to the tree of life.
She conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. 2. And again she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a tiller of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground. And Abel brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering. 5. But for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. The Lord said to Cain, Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? 7. If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is couching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must master it. Cain said to Abel his brother, Let us go out to the field. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. 9. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where is Abel your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? 10. And the Lord said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground. And now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. 12. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield to you its strength. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth. 13. Cain said to the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me this day away from the ground, and from thy face I shall be hidden. And I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will slay me. 15. Then the Lord said to him, Not so, Deet. If anyone slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest any who came upon him should kill him. 16. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod.